I was thinking, I just recorded like a 6-minute video of me really just rambling out of my mind, and then I just stopped because I didn't really say something really useful. Not that I usually say don't. I think everything has a bit of a sense, but I was just forming ideas while talking. Very, very weird. So, I was thinking, I believe that this year is the year to go all in. Either way, that's something I tell myself, that this year is the year to go all in. What do I mean by going all in? Going all in, I mean overstepping all your fears, overcoming all those limiting beliefs, and finally taking action on the things you really believe and the things you really want to build. So if that's moving from the place you are into a new place for new opportunities, if it's starting that business you've been pushing off because there's a spark that's missing, or you don't know how to start, if it's starting to live stream regularly, if it's starting that YouTube channel, starting to write a book, putting yourself out there, taking that job that sounds difficult and puts you out of your comfort zone, finding that class to grow the skill you don't have. I believe 2024, for me at least, is the time to go all in and the time to put all chips on the thing I really believe is going to push me forward. Because I believe that being comfortable and growth is different sides of the same coin, or basically different ends of the same pendulum. What do I mean by that? The one is the price for the other. Meaning, if you want to be comfortable, you are giving up growth. Because being comfortable means being in your comfort zone, doing the things, routines, habits that you established for a long time. So not experiencing anything novel. While if you want to grow, you're giving up your paying with your comfortableness, because you're putting yourself in situations, in environments where you don't know everything, where you can't do everything perfectly, where you're just starting to learn and starting to try out and take the first steps. I think, especially for me in my age, and I believe everybody in my age in most situations should pursue that part, prioritize. Everybody decides for themselves, but it's my opinion, to pay and to give up that comfort to push the level of growth. The reason for that is, I think there will never be a time in our life again when, like in our early 20s, when we have, as most people have, as less obligations as we have right now. Because I think I mentioned in a previous video, I don't remember which one, as long as we can keep ourselves fed and have a house, like a roof above our head. Because in our 20s, we don't really have like massive obligations. We don't have a mortgage to pay off usually. We don't have children that we need to take care of, or really need to take care of our family, our parents, for example, grandparents. Usually that's the case. And so by having so less obligations, we have the freedom to really, let's say, take risks. Because if those risks don't work, fuck it. You just try again. You go back to a state of a bit more comfortableness, where you maybe have a more steady job and stuff like that. But if the risk pays off, you have the life, or you're one step closer to the life you really want to have. And either way, if it pays off or it doesn't pay off, you have a fucking story to tell. Every risk you take, every major step you try, if you move somewhere or take a new job or try that project business, even if it doesn't work, it's a story you can tell. It's a story of how you tried, the story of how you failed, basically. And at the same time, you grow. Your base level is a step higher. So even if you fail and you fall back, let's say, you fall back to a higher base level of growth, of where you grew from, the comfortable level from where you grew. Because then that is your comfortable level. Which for many people, that seems uncomfortable and that seems crazy and weird. But for you, because you've experienced that and you've pushed even further than that, that higher level gets comfortable already. Even if for most people that's uncomfortable. I think the best example in my case is presentations. I used to hate presentations when I was in high school, and even before that, primary school. I got nervous. I remember a moment where I was reading a presentation and had a paper of basically what I wanted to say, but everything written out, not like points. And I took it with me in front of class, and I was like, okay, I will just look at it in case I forget some words. And I think everybody of you can relate to that story. As soon as you start talking to in front of the class, you look at all those idle faces who are just bored or looking at you funny, or your friends at the back laughing because you are just shaking or something. The moment I forgot apparently all my words because I just started reading off the paper. But somehow during university, I remember during an IBC class, doing a sales pitch, I somehow noticed that, wait a minute, I actually like doing presentations. And it was also my limiting belief of that I don't like presentations and I don't like talking in front of people that hold me back. But as soon as that was smashed, I really noticed that I like talking in front of people and preparing a proper presentation. And so that went then for me, when somebody, when you're working in groups and it's always, okay, who likes to present, that I'm the kind of person who tells you, okay, sure, why not? Is it uncomfortable? Yes. Is it as uncomfortable as it once was? No, never. And then for people who don't like doing presentations, see me doing or like even really say that, okay, I will do the presentation. They look, it's crazy uncomfortable for them. Like, what the fuck? And for me, it's still uncomfortable, but it's way more comfortable because I've done the path, I've taken the steps.
Walk it like I talk it.
To that level of comfortableness, even though it's still uncomfortable, because the first steps are always uncomfortable, even if you do something you're comfortable in. I've just rambled now a couple of minutes. It was not at all what I wanted to say, but we'll go with it. We will go with it. I think that's also a bit what I want to establish on the channel. It's mostly, at the moment at least, me and my rambling thoughts. Sometimes it's a bit more organized, sometimes it's a bit less organized, but I think it's just me talking raw thoughts, and maybe some things resonate with some of you, some things might not. But either way, catch you in the next one.